There we go. Streaming you and my son's Zoom meeting. Cool. I don't know. You don't get to talk. No, because you wasn't working before. So you don't get to talk. How are we gonna do this? All right. All right, there we go. All right, I gotta make some adjustments here. I'm stuck. All right. Okay. Gotta make some adjustments. I'm over here. Can't move. I haven't been in this section in a while. It was just sloppy and messy over here. All right, there we go. All right. Put that down. All right. So let me tell y'all about what happened to me earlier today. This is something that was about to go down at the bowling alley. So, Thursday is my bowling night. And, bowling night is usually a fun night for me. I usually have a good time bowling. And now you want to work. Let's meet this. Let me enter in. 1 second. All right. There you go. There you go. So, let me know if there's an echo. Do you hear echo? Shouldn't hear echo. Should be good. I think so. You're good. All right. So, so today was bowling. Constant. Always fun bowling. Always fun. So this is a no good thing that I did. Fortunately, I use acrylic. My paintbrush is dried out. So give me a second. Let me come back. Let me just get some water for it. All right. Okay. Put it over here. Yeah. So Sunday is usually the Friday. Thursday is my bowling night. That's the night I go bowling. My partner, she's 74 years old. And, she still bowls. Still gets it. So, So, a lot of people that I bowl with are, um, there's a wide range of people of ages. So you have people who are, um, you have people who are from like 20 something, all the way to like 80 years old. So, you have a wide range of different ages. So, we got these new kids, these boys. Um, they're young. You could tell. They come off young. They're young. So, they're bowling with us. They bowled with us last week, and it was cool. It was cool. They were bowling. They were having a good time. That's always a good thing. Um, so I so they were having a good time and everything like that, which is fun. And this week, they were here again and they were having a good time again. Everybody was bowling. I wasn't having a good time. I wasn't having a good time. My first game was really bad. What happens is they don't slick, when they don't oil the lanes, my ball has a hook. So when I tried to hook, it wasn't hooking the way I want. So I was hitting nothing but nines. So the entire time. So my bowling game was off. So when it's off, I'm a little disappointed in myself because I got to make adjustments. But still kept over my average, which is always good. As long as I can bowl over my average, I'm fine. So these guys, they're there, and I'm bowling, and I hear, what the f. So I'm like, okay, and I'm not high and mighty, right? Um, when I was younger, I used to curse all the time. I used to have a sailor's mouth when I was young. My father cursed all the time, still do. So, he used to curse all the time. So I was around that. And then when I was around my friends, I cursed around my friends because, that was just a cool thing to do. Um, and then as I got older, as I matured, I stopped cursing. I didn't like cursing anymore. I didn't like the type of person I was cursing. It didn't feel natural anymore, so I stopped doing it. And then, I started working with kids again. So then that switched up the way I talked altogether. Um, oh man, don't do that. Right. All right. My lid is tight on this, and then I just cracked this open. Dang it. Ah. All right. Well, that's not gonna happen. We still got a little blackout. All right. So Aaron, what's up? So yeah. Um. So they let a f bombs slip out, whatever. All good. Then another one slipped out, and then it started to get louder. And then louder. And then they're around each other. They're friends, so they could curse, they could swear. It's a bowling alley. People do worse. So, but I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right, I get it. You guys are, you're cursing. You guys are around your friends, but just be mindful of the people around you. Just be mindful of the other people that's bowling, who come here to escape from whatever they're going through, and in their world. They just want to, they just want to be in a place where they can just bowl with friends, laugh. They don't want to be uncomfortable, right? So, we're in an hour. We're about 30 minutes in. I'm bowling, and I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it, and it's louder and louder. And I'm looking over at my partner, and my partner, she's getting a little flustered, so she's getting a little like that. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, all right. Well, the leader, he's too far away. The guy who organizes it, he's too far away. He's like 3 lanes down, so he really can't hear it. So, I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right. So I come up to bowl, and then one of the guys, he bowl. They didn't hit a strike, and they're like, mother, bop, bop, bop. So now I put my ball down, because now you Now you're interrupting my fun, right? If you're interrupting my fun, it's no longer fun for me if you're interrupting my fun. So I put my ball down and I look over and I'm looking over. And before I have a chance to step, there's another guy that I was bowling with, older gentleman I'm bowling with too. He goes over, he tells the kids, he's like, hey, can you guys like kind of tone it down on the cursing? There's a lot of people here, and some of us we're just trying to have a good time and stuff like that. So the main person that was cursing, the main guy that was cursing, he's a little short kid. So there's a bit of a like a Napoleon complex there. So he's like, oh yeah, sorry, so sorry, so sorry. So you know he says that, and then the guy walks over, looks at me, and kind of gives me like kind of like that. It's okay. So this is so strange. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted. Anyway, so he looks at me. He says, "It's okay." And I'm looking at him. And I'm like, all right. So I went back and I bowled again. And I'm saying to myself, like, I was so good that he stepped in, because the regular Corey, the Corey now, would have went over, and I would have been like, hey guys, I would have said the same thing. Just be mindful of the people around you. Just be mindful. Like these people, they're retirees, they're grandparents. And they don't want to hear that stuff. So I would have said that. So I was really happy that he stepped over, but I was literally 3 steps from getting over to them and be like, yo, tone it down. And if anything came out their mouth that was like sideways, once again, I'm a public figure, so it is important to me that my brand is all about positivity and respect to everybody. That's my brand. Positivity, respect. But if you're doing that, it's disrespectful. And on top of that, you're interrupting my fun. If you're messing up my fun, I'm gonna ruin the fun for you and your whole entire crew. And I'll make it that you don't come back, because you're not gonna mess around and mess up my bowling night. That's not gonna happen. So I don't play games like that. You know, I mean, again, like when I was younger, I used to curse all day long when I was around my friends. You know, and I knew it was wrong. I didn't. Well, I wouldn't say wrong. I knew it wasn't. It wasn't. Um, I knew that some people, it's not like acceptable to do that type of to talk like that among strangers. People who know you, that's one thing. But around strangers is a little different. So you know, and these are elderly women. They're not gonna step to them and say anything, to them. So Costa, how you doing? So, you know, but I was not in the mood for anything like that. And then like I said, my game was off today. So, and I left my earphones at home. So I couldn't even listen. So usually when I'm bowling, I have music in my ear. I had no music in my ear. So I was already like, you know, love from Brazil. Brazil. What's going on, Brazil? So yeah, like I said, I'm so happy that happened. I can recall incidents where, you know, me and my friends are having a good time, and we're getting a little reckless, getting a little rowdy. And I remember one time we were bowling and we were doing that, and an older gentleman, black guy, came over to us and was like, "Yo, y'all making too much noise over here." And we looked at them. Who was like, "Man, who are you?" and then it escalated, and then he came, and then the rest of his boys came over. It was like, yeah, you ain't gonna disrespect us in our own bowling alley. So we before it got to that level, we backed off. And I remember I was so upset, and I was like blah 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 blah. But then I thought about it. I said, you know what, we were wrong, yo, because we were just because it looked like they were all just having a good time, and we were messing that up. So I was always the good conscience in the group. So I remember I went back inside, and they kind of looked at me like, oh, what this kid thinking coming back in here? Like, so I came in, I was like, sir, uh, I just want to apologize on behalf of me and my brothers. We took what you said the wrong way, and we understand that you was just trying to, tell us that we need to be more respectful of our surroundings and the people that around us. So we just want to apologize for that. And the man looked at me. He said, you know what? You are the company that you keep. I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, yeah, but those are my boys. Those are, we, we went to high school together. We're pretty close. He was like, and that's fine. But you also gotta be a man, and you also gotta notice, the surroundings that you are, the people that you keep. You gotta be careful of that. So so that was a real good moment. So for those who are just joining us, Brick Shelf, what's going on? For those who are just joining us, usually on Thursday, I usually do a little, brick and talk. So we talk about some real stuff right now. But instead of bricking, I'm doing some painting. I got to finish up this earring right here for Sister Girl, and that way I could deliver this to my sister. Actually, I can't even deliver this yet because I'm missing. There's a dang. There's a thing. What do you call it? Um, there's a protective spray that I got to spray on it, like a glossy spray. It allows the paint, that as you're painting, it gives it a sheen, kind of like a glow on it. So I gotta get that tomorrow, and get that for her. Then I can spray her down. I gotta spray her outside because the fumes are like, one time I did a painting and I used the spray indoors. No ventilation, nothing. All I remember is I went to go lay down and I woke up several hours later. Like those fumes are no joke. So you can't play with those things. So it's been about a year, almost a year. It's been almost a year that all of our lives have been changed by COVID-19. Um, so how has COVID-19 changed your life? COVID-19 has changed my life because of my profession. I now do, um, does the spray protect the paint and keep it from bleeding? It preserves its color. So it's kind of like a sealant. Is kind of like is a coating. It's like a clear coat that you're putting on it, so it could protect from UV light. It's going to protect it from other things. And you know what? I have to figure out what I'm going to paint on the side because I need to have a color I need to put on the side of this, which I don't know. I have no idea what color I'm probably going to do red, yellow, green, and black because those are my sister's colors. So I might do that. So yeah. So yeah. How has COVID changed who you are? So I end up having to change my lifestyle, um, change my profession. Lego Masters came out last year. And that was the height of our popularity. You know, so some of us, you know, discovered stardom. Some of us went back to our regular lives. Some of us, really really gained something from it. And because of the fact that a lot of the conventions were closed down, and we weren't able to really capitalize on our popularity. So we had to, kind of stay relevant by doing these videos and, doing other things to just be out there in the public eye. Which I did more for, um, the fact that I was that people wanted to book me. That was really cool. So I always made sure that I did the right thing when it came to how I approached everything after the show. So, but how has COVID changed you? Oh, thank you, Marilyn. Yes, I hope she. Well, yeah, she will. She ain't got no choice. She gonna be upset that it took so long. She gonna be like, my gosh, bro, this was like last year. I have another project for you this year. I'm like, I know she's gonna say something like that. She good for that. Tell her it's our fault. Nah, I can't. I can't do that, Marilyn. I can't tell her it's your fault. She's not gonna believe it. My sister won't believe that at all. She's gonna be like, now you blaming, your, your friends of this being late. So I can't put you guys through that. I'll take the heat. I ain't scared. I ain't scared of my sister. Don't tell her I said that though. She's National Guard. She a veteran. So I don't mess around with her. She been to boot camp. So just letting you guys know, Monday I'm gonna start rebuilding. I'm gonna start rebuilding my Stormbreaker. Gonna start rebuilding my Stormbreaker. I'm gonna try to do a time lapse on that. Gonna try to record that. Gonna try to knock it down in 2 days. So we're gonna see how that works. You're not scared anymore. You're right. Taz, man, what's up, mate? Um, nice veteran, nice veteran Lego dad. Awesome. Yeah. COVID, the time of COVID really showed people, who we, yeah, definitely did that. So what I needed to do, see the earring, I had to just color in the earring. So yeah, this is pretty much done. Moto, what's up, buddy? Um, I'm just trying to see what part I need to work on. All right. So before I place my signature on it, I have to paint the sides. So you see the sides? So I'm gonna paint the sides. My sister, she is very Afrocentric. She loves um she's very Afrocentric, so she's gonna want it to be red, black, green. So the side here, I'm gonna make this side black. Now this is a tough part, and I should probably change my shirt and my pants because I don't want this to ruin my clothes. Um, but I'm pretty good with my hands, so I think I should be all right. Okay, now let's get some black. Oh yeah, that's right. This black is bust open. Did not want to open. Oh boy, I don't even know what to do here. This is going to dry out. This is going to dry out. I need something to put this on. Oh, thank you so much, veteran dad. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's been sitting here in the background for some time. I did plan on doing some more painting chats in the near future. Work on some more projects. Um, do some landscape. I love landscaping. Um, I love doing landscape portraits. So like portraits of like scenery, of like backgrounds and stuff like that. So all right. So usually what you would do is you would get some painter's tape, you would tape the sides of your canvas if you don't wish to go over it with paint like I'm doing. But I had a feeling that I would probably do something like this on the side of it. Um, so now this is the hard part right here. Real cool to see you check. Somebody back there. Is it cool to see the? Oh yeah, the check. I'm like, what check from Buddy? Yeah, yeah, man. I was gonna give it to my niece, but she said she wanted me to keep it. Since she don't got no place to put it, so I said I will keep it then. So I get to keep this check. You can't really see it. And once when I move, my goal is to move in a couple of months. Get a bigger home. Uh, a bigger studio because I really want to have a proper, brick studio, building table, lights, have all my comic book stuff hung up, have my degrees hung up, my check, our check. I want all that stuff hung up so that people can see it and I can be reminded of the accomplishments that my brother and I and myself was able to do. So that's what I hope to do. All right, there we go. All right, so here's one side. The top of it. So the top of it is going to be. Um, the top of it's going to be green. So I'm trying to blend in the background. So the side of this should be black. The top is bluish, but it's going to fade into a green. Then the side is going to be a red, maroon red. Then the bottom is going to be like a golden yellow. So that's what I got to do now. I got to blend a green. I got to blend a green and a blue. Sorry, a green and a brown color. Oh, maybe let it dry. Well, yeah, it's acrylic paint, so it's going to dry quick. Yeah, it's going to dry quick. So and dabble some brown. Oh man, Monica's missing it. Monica said she wanted to know next time I'm going to do this. I totally forgot. So, in case you guys didn't know, this month, March, is Women's History Month. Okay? In case you guys didn't know. If you don't know, now you know. This month is Women's History Month. And I've been on the fence about this. Last month, I was doing free. I did free classes, Lego classes. So that way, oh man, don't tell me that this is dried out. This seems like it's dried out. Yes, it is dried out. That should be all right. Yeah, I did free classes. Um, on Friday, 3 to 4 o'clock, where we talked about an inventor from history. So I am on the fence to continue doing those free classes for this month, and doing classes that will spotlight inventors who are women, female inventors, and some of their inventions. Use those wet surfaces and fingerprints. You're a pro. Man, you know what? I would, but my sister, she's gonna want this thing to be, on point. She ain't gonna want me to, sit there playing no games. This might be too wet. Let me see. Yeah, it's gonna be too wet. This looks too dirty. That too. Do it. Okay. So many of them that need and deserve recognition. You're absolutely right. I want to make sure that if I do that, which I'm more leaning towards, yes, I will do it. um, I'm thinking about highlighting a woman, um, obviously for Women's History Month, and every week it will be a different race. So oh, thank you for the love of Lego. Appreciate that. So last month was Black History Month, so this is Women's History Month. So I want to try to make sure I highlight a woman from as many races as I can. So I'm leaning on doing it. I'm leaning on doing it. So that means I'll have to do some promotion tomorrow, and I still have the free class link on my website. My website, by the way, is Sam's Brago. This one's a little bit too watered down. So this one the green I actually have to go over because it's watercolor. So I may need to do a couple layers. Yeah, I'll have to do a couple layers. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Because last week, oh my goodness. Last week was so crazy. I did the class. I had a birthday party. So I had a birthday party for my brother. I did the free class. Then I had a new class that I started for my enrichment program. Last week was just over the top. Over the top. Brick brother, have a good night, my man. Always good to see you, bro. Always good to see you. Yeah, it's the side here. I'm gonna have to do this again because the green is watered down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this one again. But I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry. I'm gonna have to wait for it to dry. All right. Okay, this side here is going to be red. So I got a red right here. So that's what we're gonna do for tomorrow. We'll start it tomorrow. I'm gonna shoot a video. I'm probably gonna do that tonight. I'll shoot a video tonight Princess Brick Princess Buttercup. What's up? What's up? So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, tonight. So tonight tonight I'm going to film a quick video, do some editing, and then post tomorrow. And hopefully we can learn something together, right? Oh, Brick, I know you would appreciate this. So I'm just painting the sides. So far, painted one side. The other side is green. I gotta redo it. So right now I'm painting the other side red because my sister loves her African culture. So I'm giving her the colors. The red stands for blood, bloodshed. The red stands for bloodshed. Black stands for the people. Yellow is for the sunshine. And green is for the earth. So I know she'll be able to hang this in her house. She'll have those colors on the side. Hopefully she's okay with that. And hopefully she doesn't hit me with no okey doke and be like, oh, I didn't want you to do that. I wanted you to keep it white. And I'll be very, very livid. I can fix it. I'll just have to repaint it, you know, which will take me a little bit. But yeah, or a beautiful picture frame. She could definitely buy that. I'm not going to do that for her. She only provided me the canvas. I had to provide everything else. Really together, we belong. In a moment of love is strong. Really together, we belong. Now, usually when I paint, I don't wear, my good clothes here, Obviously, I throw an old shirt on. Well, yeah, I throw an old shirt on, some old pants, that way. But, when I was in school, I was always told I had a very steady hand by my art teacher. So, I used to come in, I used to forget to get my smock. Because I didn't get my smock, I just went ahead and I painted. I made sure I didn't spill anything on my clothes. Make sure I didn't spill anything on the floor. And I miss those days, those days in middle school and, you're learning your skill, you're learning what you're good at, your talents. I was fortunate enough that when I was in primary school, my teacher first discovered my talent. So I went to a school that was it was a neighborhood urban school. You know, I would have went to school until I went to high school, but because I was an artist, I was a really good artist. You know, my teacher, she noticed it and she was talking to the principal and said, "Hey, we need to find a way to get Corey into the gifted and talented program in another school because he is wasting his talents here, and they can definitely cater to his abilities." So, they made sure they stayed on it, and they stayed on it, and they stayed on it, and they stayed on it. And his grades is not up to par. I was an average student. I was a C+ student. And they were looking for someone. And to get into that program, you have to have a B average. But my talent was so exemplary. And they said, okay, well, we could put him in the school, but he's gonna have to work for everything. School lunch is not gonna be free for him. There's no school bus that's gonna come and pick him up. So my dad dropped me off every day for sixth grade. I went there for sixth grade, and my dad dropped me off every single day. Now one day he didn't drop me off, and he picked me up from school, and he used to tell me he had to go to work. He had to leave to go to work at 3 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon, and I got out of school at 2:50. So I had to get out of school at 2:50 on the dot. I could not get detention. If I got detention and I made my dad late for work, problems. So I had to get out, get get to my dad, go home, and that was every day. So I never took for granted the fact that that my teacher fought tooth and nail to make sure that I was selected to go to this school. And out of me, it was me and like two other people who got to go to the school, because the other two who got to go to the school were intellectually gifted. Like they were brains, so they couldn't justify keeping them in that school. They had to go to gifted and talented. Me, I was artistically gifted, so they put me in the school. I remember my teacher. My teacher's name was Miss Klein. I got to the school the day after, so they were still working out my paperwork, so I couldn't go to school the first day of school. So I ended up going to school the second day of school. And for those kids who are watching, when you miss the first day of school and you go in for the second day of school, it's almost as if you missed the first year. It was crazy. So I had to literally stand up in front of the class and tell everybody where I was from. And I was so nervous. My head was down the entire time. My hand was in my pocket. I said, "Hi, my name is Corey. I'm from Chancellor Avenue, and I like to draw, and I'm happy to be here." And she was like, "Okay, Corey, you can sit down now." Oh my gosh, I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed. Um, but I sat next to who later became two of my best friends in life, because we were sitting at the same table, and it was great. You know, and it's all because of the fact that I had a teacher who cared. You know, and that's part of the reason why I'm an educator now, because I was given this opportunity to go to this school, and that set me on a course to be the person that I am today. So, I want to be able to give back to the students who I'm working with, and show them that they have talent too. And I do everything I can. There's a huge opportunity that's happening right now. I can't talk about it right now. But when I'm given the green light and they say I can, I will share with you guys what's going on. But because I had a teacher who gave a damn about me, who cared about who I was and my abilities, I'm going to do the same thing for my students. You know, and who knows what direction that's going to lead them? Who knows where that's going to take them? But they'll be able to at least look back and say, "Man, it's good that we had a teacher like Mr. Corey who cared." Because I'm in my 30s now, and I remember Miss Klein, Miss Majewski, Mr. Masak, and Miss Simmons. Those were the four teachers who cared. You know what I'm saying? Um, Miss Jones, she cared too, but she cared in a different way. Like she was like a mom. Like I remember she smacked me because I was dragging my feet and my pants were sagging. So she slapped me upside the head. She was like, "Boy, if you don't fix yourself." I never sagged in her class. I never dragged my feet again. Never. Because that slap in the back of the head, I didn't want to feel that again. Brett, what's going on, man? So that's why I encourage each and every one of you guys. If you have the ability to change someone's life, if you have the ability to mentor, a kid, an adult, whatever, never miss those opportunities because you never know what kind of thing you could change. You don't know what you could do to a person's life. You know. All right. One more side, and then we're done. Then we're done, people. So, Thursday is usually the day I do a lot more talking. You know, um, big facts. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's if I didn't have those teachers in my life, man, and I had teachers that were negative. Teachers who told me, Corey, you're not going to amount to anything. You're going to be just like any other person. You know, if you don't pay attention in school, if you don't stop talking, Corey, if you don't stop drawing, you're going to be one of those guys on the side of the road begging for change. Yeah. Yeah. My teacher told me that one time. Um, yeah. She told me that, and I was like, wow. And you're the teacher. You're supposed to help me not get to that fate. But you know, later on she ended up leaving the school anyway. So it was clear that wasn't the school for her. It was clear that this wasn't a profession for her. I can never imagine doing that to a student, telling them that they're not going to amount to anything, they're not going to become anything. How do you look at a child's face and tell them that? Even if they're a little hellion, you know, why would you even say that? Oh yeah, that's right. I'm not doing it well. I got to put some gold in. I don't know if I got any more brown in here. Dang it. I'll put too much black in this. Yeah. I don't know how harness that creativity for positive change, which you do. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. That's all we could do. You got to make change. You know, when you step out of the realm of being a private person and you step into the frame of being a public figure, like through Lego Masters, through Buddy vs. Christmas, through other ventures I'm planning to do. When you step out and you become a public figure, it is no longer your belief to be just a private person being a regular person. You now inspire people. You can inspire people to do good. You can inspire people to do bad. You know, me, I'm going to inspire people to do good. And if it wasn't for those teachers that took the time that called my father to tell my dad I was doing a good job. Now that meant a lot because I used to get teachers call my house all the time, and they used to say, you know, Corey he wasn't focused at all. He was doing a lot of talking and disrupting the other kids. You know, then my dad would let me have it, you know. But, you know, there were those times that, you know, a teacher would call up and she would say, Corey did a great job today. Let me tell you what Corey did, you know. And then, you know, not every time my dad will tell me, but he'll call me and he'll say, you know, I got a call from your teacher. And I'm bracing myself to be yelled at. And my dad would say, these are the things that I talked to you about. You know, your teacher said that you did this, and this, and this, and I'm proud of you. You know what that does to a kid, to a father, to a son? You know, it's deep. It's deep, man. And it's, and sometimes you got to be able to do that and give that to your students because, you know, I have about right now in this session, I teach about close to 30 students through the range of Monday through Sunday. And, you know, every time I always ask them how their week went, how's school, you know, how's everything. And sometimes, you know, they'll share with me what's going on in their lives and everything like that. Sometimes they just want to build Lego. You know, sometimes they share with me what they're going through. And then I try to give them advice, you know, because you know how much kids, you know, end up taking their lives because they didn't have a person to sit and talk to them, or they didn't have a parent who really spent the time with them, or they didn't have a teacher who cared enough to talk to them. You see this guy right here? His name is Mikey. See this guy? His name is Mikey. I keep Mikey right here on my desk every day. Mikey took his life when he was 15 years old. He used to bowl with us. He used to bowl with him. And, you know, Mikey was a great kid. But Mikey didn't have, I mean, granted, he had a father who was there. He had a loving family. But outside of that, he didn't have anybody to talk to him, to encourage him. And, you know, every time I saw him, I tried to encourage him. Every time I saw him, I would talk to him about certain things, Marvel stuff, DC stuff, drawing. And then when I was told that he took his life, I remember I was sitting there and I was just looking at the clouds, you know, because I was beating on myself because I was like, yo, what could I have done? You know, what could I have done to help him? You know, what did his teachers do to help him? Did his teachers just chalk it up to like, oh, he's just another kid with bad attitude and he'll grow out of it and everything? Some kids don't grow out of this. Some kids don't grow out of this. You gotta talk to them while they're here, while they're around, while they can hear it. So, you know, I deal with kids who are around the ages of 6 to 11. Those are the kids I work with. This is a delicate time in their lives, and their lives are turned upside down because of COVID. So I try to provide a platform for them so that they can talk about what's going on in their world. They can talk about their feelings. They can talk about, what anxieties they're facing. And then they can tell me what kind of Lego set I need to get because I'm a slow builder and they rope me into just buying more Lego stuff. Yeah. Brickman, just feel better, bro. It's okay, man. Trust me, it's okay. Listen, tonight's paint and chat It's for someone. I don't know who, but it's for someone. Someone needs to hear this message. Someone needs to hear what I'm talking about. So I hope whoever listens to this, whether you're listening to it now or you're listening to the rebroadcast, whatever the case is, I just hope that you learn, you hear something, you hear a positive message from this. You know, please, 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 please make sure you're being positive to other people. Yeah, that's all you could do. Be positive. Be positive to each other. Show love anytime, everywhere. You know, show love every time. Show love everywhere. That's all you could do. It's true. Life is too short. Life is too short. Life is too angry. So don't live your life like that. Please don't live your life like that. Remember, you have something to give to this world too. All right. You have something to give to this world too. All right. I'm gonna just go over one last part, and that's it for the night. Also, attempt to be vulnerable and humble with others. Tell people when you aren't doing good. Powerful, Brett. That's hard to do, man. That is hard to do. I know for me, um, there's not a lot of times I'm vulnerable. You know, I always try to put up this aura about me. This hard exterior. I've always been like that since I was a kid. You know, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Don't get me wrong. I wear my heart on my sleeve. But I used to always try to be, Mr. Tough Guy. Oh, I'm not crying. You're crying. But I had to learn that I need to be vulnerable sometimes. I need to let people in. Not all the time. But sometimes, nothing wrong with that. All right. All right, guys. We are done for the night. All right. Brickman, that's awesome, bro. Guys, you have a great night. Take good care. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will see you Monday for Brick and Chat. We're rebuilding Stormbreaker. Take care, y'all. Love you guys.